So I don't usually make this kind of video, but today I wanted to talk about CrossFit a little bit, about my history with CrossFit and why I've recently moved on from CrossFit and I'm now training in a completely different way. So basically I started training CrossFit when I first turned 18. So that would have been in about 2015. So I have about 6 years experience training in CrossFit. And that's really up until recently the only physical training I've done in my life. So when I was 18, I was basically a twig. I weighed not much more than 50 kilos, and I was very weak. I had no physical exercise in my life. And then I started doing CrossFit, and I quickly became strong. Compared to what I was before, I put on some weight. I probably put on 10 kilos in my first year, taking me over 60 kilos probably. And yeah, I learned a lot, and it really changed my life, honestly. So I've got to give a big thank you to CrossFit, and I think CrossFit is an awesome program for people to get into when they have no experience. I think the whole structure with the group classes is a great motivator. You know, if you're having trouble like actually getting off your ass and going to train, it's a lot easier to do it when you have a structure. You know, you have a certain time that you have to go to where you have a group and you have a bunch of other people that are counting on you to be there. It just keeps you accountable. It's a lot easier when you're just training by yourself. It's a lot easier to just say, "Oh, screw it, I'm not going to train today. I don't feel like it," you know? But when you have a group class, you just show up, and as long as you step through that door, you're going to do it. You know, you've got all the other people around you, you're all motivating each other, and you're going to get through the workout, you know, whether you feel like it or not. So I think from that sense, CrossFit is great for people who are just starting out. Um, I know CrossFit has a pretty bad reputation in terms of like injuries and stuff. Personally, the boxes that I trained at, I haven't noticed that. I never got injured doing CrossFit. The people I trained with never really got injured doing CrossFit. And the CrossFit trainers that I've worked with, they've always been very good in terms of teaching me technique, teaching everyone else the technique, being very anal about the technique being done correctly. So you know, while there are a bunch of what you call sort of strange movements in CrossFit, I think there is sort of a way of doing it safely. And if you do have a good coach, I think CrossFit can be a very safe way for a person to get started in their fitness journey. And then, of course, if you start doing CrossFit and you absolutely fall in love with CrossFit, like I did in the beginning, and you just want to pursue that for the rest of your life, you just want to keep doing CrossFit, then that's awesome. So I've got really nothing bad to say about CrossFit. I've got a big thank you for CrossFit, the CrossFit community. It taught me a lot. And I think the most important part about a newbie getting into CrossFit is if you don't know much about fitness, you don't know much about lifting, when you do CrossFit, you're going to learn about everything. So I went from not even knowing what a squat was, not knowing what a bench was, not knowing what a clean was. You know, I didn't know any of these things. I started doing CrossFit, and now I wouldn't say I have a high understanding in any one specific thing, but I do have a basic understanding of a lot of calisthenics movements, of the Olympic movements, of the powerlifting movements. There's lots of stuff that I had no idea about, and now at least I have some basic knowledge about. So I think basically what CrossFit taught me is that I really like powerlifting and I really like bodybuilding. So I didn't know these things when I first started working out. I just started working out. I didn't really have any goals in mind. There wasn't a specific thing that motivated me. But after doing CrossFit for several years, what I found was that the thing that always got me coming back and got me motivated, and the thing I was always looking forward to, was the deadlift. Especially, I really liked the deadlift, and I really liked maxing out on the deadlift, the squat, and the bench, of course, as well. So lifting heavy on the three big lifts were really the big motivating factor for me doing CrossFit. And then the other thing that I really liked from CrossFit were the changes that I was seeing in my body. You know, I was putting on weight, I was gaining muscle. When I looked in the mirror, I looked like a different person. So, you know, doing a lot of burpees, how many burpees I could do in a minute, or how many burpees I could do in 10 minutes, or, how many rope climbs I could do, or how many thrusters I could do, or all of these things, while I did get benefits out of them, it wasn't the thing that motivated me and that got me coming back. The things that motivated me and the things that got me coming back over and over were just yearning to do another like 1 rep max on the bench or on the squat, on the deadlift, and to see the changes in my body. Those were the two things that really motivated me from CrossFit. So, after doing that for years and really missing those things when we weren't doing them. So like, sometimes you go to a CrossFit class and the whole workout will just be burpees and running and kettlebell swings, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. But when I would be doing those workouts the whole time, I'd just be thinking, God damn, I wish I could be benching right now. Like I wish I could be doing deadlifts right now. Like that, I really enjoy doing that. Like I look forward to doing that. Whereas these other things, they get you results. I'm not saying they don't, but it's not something that I really enjoy doing. And so my cardio was amazing. I had a really good work capacity, but I was much more interested in strength and in bodybuilding, really. So, slowly over time, the seed just started growing in my mind. And I realized, if I'm going to be training for the rest of my life, which I hope I am, I would really like to do what I like to do most, which is lift heavy and, build my muscles. And I think to do that, CrossFit is not the most optimal way of achieving the results that I'm looking for. So that's pretty much why I put this gym together where I'm sitting right now. This is, in my house. So I've got this gym here. I've got my barbell. I've got my plates and stuff. And basically here I can just come and do the exact workouts that I like to do, and I can do them every day, which I think is a fantastic privilege for me. And all of that I wouldn't be able to do without CrossFit, because it gave me a base to work from, So maybe you'll try CrossFit, and instead of loving the deadlifts and the bench and the squat, what you'll like from it is doing pull-ups and muscle-ups and rope climbs, and maybe you'll find that calisthenics is your thing, or maybe you'll start doing CrossFit and then you'll find that your favorite part of the CrossFit classes is when you're doing the snatch or the clean and jerk, and you just think that, taking a bar from the floor and throwing it over your head is the coolest thing ever, and you want to do that over and over again, and you transition over to Olympic weightlifting, which I've seen a lot of people do. So I think CrossFit can give you a great base to work from, to learn the basics about a whole wide range of fitness, and maybe you can branch off from there if you find like a specific part that you enjoy much more than the other, or if you just enjoy CrossFit as a whole, CrossFit as a sport, then you keep doing CrossFit, and that's awesome. There's tons of amazing CrossFit athletes out there, and I think it's a really cool sport. I enjoy watching the CrossFit Games, and every once in a while, I'll hop back into the box, my local box where I've been training these past few years, and say hello to the people and everything. So I think it's a great community. It's great for beginners, but overall, for me personally, my goals have evolved. I want to get stronger and I want to get bigger muscles. That's pretty much what I want to train for, and I think CrossFit is not the most optimized way for me to get there, but I'm very thankful for CrossFit to have given me the base to even realize what I want to do going forward with my fitness journey. So yeah, that's about it. It's been totally unscripted. I've never done this kind of video before, so do let me know what you think. See ya.